was on one of those on the way back yesterday. 166. My hands are
Jamie, you're going to do choo-choo?
Hey, what's up guys? So back with a video of Model Railway. Kind of messy. I'm not very stable on my feet today either. Trains on strike, so it means that I'm obviously not going to see trains until the next weekend, but probably got 2 hours to mine for next weekend, so probably won't be Dawlish, but might do somewhere else along that particular part of the line, but I'm not totally sure where I'll do film next. Might do X to Thomas's, I think. I'm guessing if I do decide to film on a Friday still with the trains, then I'll probably do like, where did I put my drink? I might do Marshburton We're at the railway again. Apologise for the bit of a mess. I haven't really catched up with the things that need to be done, but I'm heading to it. I'm heading towards to get it sorted, but because I haven't done it yet. I had too much other things going on at the moment with the main line. And yes, the HSTs with the cross-country sets are all done. I probably won't be filming as much when I go there until the specials again. But I'll go there just because I simply just to go there because I enjoy myself being there. So I only get swim. I've swum there once since I've been there, but I'm hoping to at least do it one more time before it gets too cold for the water. So this is going to be a slightly different video to normal. This is not going to be the standard modified video today. It's going to be a running session of trains, but on the side of that it's going to be a How to Build Your Motorway series. And with that, there's going to be a little bit of a chat towards the end of the video with the upcoming we're buying stuff soon, so there's that coming up. So yeah, so there's running the motorway first, then we'll, I can't remember what I was going to do. It's gone out of my head already. I think it was running motorways and How to Build Your Motorway series, and then should we do motorway series first? Which means I need to move the speaker set out of the way. Yeah, let's do How to Build Your Motorway series, and I can't show you everything because I need my light down here to show you properly. You should know what that blue liquid is in my cup. It's because of fizzy, sweet bubblegum drink, that's all it is. So it's nothing to get worried about. That's all it is. And I don't have it often, but every now and again, it's alright. So, yeah, so we start off How to Build Your Motorway series, I think. Because some people are still new to the hobby, and I think it would be a good idea to start off the awesome How to Build Your Motorway series, and that way it helps to the new built-in or joining the hobby for the first time. And what I'm going to do is bring the 87 around to the Class Level button, and then bring half the car step sitting on it. So I will remove the speaker, or should I leave it as it is for the moment? I don't know. Two minds about everything today because it's not my normal Saturday. Going seeing trains and chilling out at Dawes Beach. I'm slightly out of the loop because obviously being on strike, it means I can't go and chill out sitting on Dawes Beach and going to see the trains and chilling out Dawes on train station, catching the voyages and the other castles going through. But so there's that. But on the other hand, I'm not as interested with the javelins. I'm not really interested in going there. I'm not interested in going to George all the time because for the trains. I know a lot of people see me and I'm filming trains, but that's because of reasoning with the unusual specials coming through with the HST sets. That's mainly the one reason why I've been there so often at the moment, is because of those sets. But I missed the big day of it, which it's unfortunate, but my mum was exactly well. So it is what it is, and you know, you can't really avoid it at times when situations like that come up. So sometimes it happens. I suppose I could have got a bus to get over there, but I didn't because I didn't know. It was on a Monday, and I did remember myself. It was supposed to be the Monday originally anyway, but yeah, for some reason it's gone out of my mind since my mum went unwell. So, and I'm just letting this train warm up a bit. Make sure that all the track is in good alignment with the pickups for the trains. So, I will grab the spotlight, which I have got, because that will see the board properly. And I will show you how to build the Model O series. I'm just going to have a battery, just on the safe side. Should hopefully show the board belt properly, and you should see me properly. So, oops. Hopefully you can see me properly. Can you see me? I think you can just about see me. So, how to build your Model O series. So, welcome to anyone who's new to the hobby and people who just joined the hobby the first time in their life. Now, I will show you a couple of trains I have. The only one train I got this year so far, and it's this Classic 16 DB. That word there, which I'm not going to say because it sounds really rude, but it's in DB cargo livery. The DB means DB cargo, and then that word with the S in it. But yeah, so it's one of my favourite liveries in the red. I do also like the brown one, the EWS one, the 66. So if I do get another 66 for my cargo trains, then my next one will be the EWS one. Don't worry about the light down there, by the way, because that's just how you guys can see me with the camera properly. Because this room is quite dark with the dark blue I painted when we first painted and decorated the rooms before we officially moved in. This room was completely white. I properly painted this by myself in this dark blue. And I thought it's not too dark, but it's not too bright either, so it's pretty gentle on the eyes. But I do want to do some paint work to make a rainbow stripe, like into the angle of a rainbow. You know, the proud rainbow, which will have the right colours for that particular thing. So I'll talk more about that particular topic on my other channel, which it won't be just my companion dog channel, but it's going to be mixed with other things on that one. But I'll leave that for another time because today is not about that. But if you wanted me to talk about things like that, the best day I'll be doing that probably be on a Tuesday evening. Not Tuesday evening, probably on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, so Wednesday morning after the sofa's been. Yeah, Wednesday morning before the sofa turns up. I will be talking about that, and it'll be about half an hour to an hour video. So you got that one coming up. Anyway, so yeah, this is the first model I have got this year. The DB Cargo in Class 66 152. I've never seen this particular unit out on the main line as yet, but I'm sure somewhere on the railway, on the main line somewhere, it's probably running around. But yeah, I've never seen this particular one running around between Dawlish and Parr, so it's quite interesting, to say the least. If you're looking into getting into model railways, the first thing I would recommend you to do if you want to start your model airways. Now, I will show you the one train that has got me into railways all those years ago. I just have to be careful because I don't want to knock any. I have Spencer trains knocked around, and yes, it's this train here in my hand right now. It's this really old and very cute train. This is my first model, basically, from 2006, maybe 2008. So this was a starter set. And it is just a toy, but as you can see, I did try to repaint it, but it was just for a bit of fun. And I did paint the back of it, which just looks like it's been splattered with the farmer's mud, but it's not the brown, it's just kind of creamy yellow, weird stuff. But yeah, I basically just had a bit of fun with it to paint it up, kind of really messily. But yeah, this train here, from 2008/2009, I basically started with this train set, and I still got a few of the wagons from that train set some years back. You can still buy the, what's it called, a Goodmaster set? I think that was what it's called, way back when. And they brought the set out again. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's under a different name. But it looks very identical to the original one. But they're just giving it a different, new, basic starter set name. I can't remember the name of what it was. Next time I go to Plymouth and I see it in the window, I'll just remember, take a picture of it, and I'll show you. But yeah, it's kind of unusual. Is it Annie's Breast or something? It's something weird. But yeah, so this set, the Goodmaster set I had years ago, this train basically got me into the hobby. That's the reason why I have one of these. It's the reason why I got this very recently. It's also the reason why I got my beauties of the HST sets. It's also got me into other sets like this, the tank locomotives. But it also got me into British Rail stuff, and it's got me into the EWS liveries, DB Cargo, First Great Western sets, the whole bundle of them mixed around on the whole board. This was, oops, take that rubbish off. But this I got in 2016 or whatever. It's basically my first, I think it was my first proper Batman diesel, I think it was. Well, no, it came from a train set from Batman, the class 25 set from Barry Batman. And yes, same problem that happened to me, where the train was faulty and I had to get it replaced with a new unit, and that was fine. It had the proper roof lighting in the above the cab, and they had to tell that just below the cab. And obviously it's in British Rail, which is one of my second favourite liveries. When it comes to British Rail, I do like the British Rail stuff. But on this side, with my very, well, I'm showing its age a bit now, but my GWR Teignmouth, was it Teignmouth or Teignmouth Castle, class 57, Ghost, The Walking Dead class 47s. That's what they're nicknamed, because they are literally just re-engined, remodelled class 47s. But this is the set. Has been seen on the main line, put in the castle sets every now and again. But I have never seen them like that. But apparently a few people have, but I have never seen it in that form. So yes, I got into this. I had this as my first starter set in 2006/2008, I was very happy to have a small train set to get me going. And back then, you know, you have to think about the cost because starter sets is about just getting you going, have a bit of fun, and enjoying yourself. I mean, that's the same why I go out seeing the mainline trains and the heritage lines and all the other bits and pieces goes with the trains. And it's got me so hooked into the hobby. I spend probably more than about £5,000 a year on all my models. I'm not joking. When it comes to my expensive hobbies, I would say this is one of them. And this set cost me about just under £300 last year. It was my tree when I came out of the hospital because I was still fighting off such a nasty virus last year. As my tree, I came out of the hospital, I got myself a GNR HST set. And to go with that set, I bought myself some carriages just before I would have to replace the engine unit. Got some carriages right. So I got Coach A for the set, and I've got Coach F. It's Coach L. First class. So yes, this particular set, I'm hoping to just get it up and running again as soon as I get this wire re-soldered on the back truck, because that's basically what picks up the lights for the directional and the rear lights. And the windows do need replacing, but I'd rather get the lights sorted first. But as for the castle set, here she is. Obviously, she has not been fixed properly, but if I'm going to get a bundle of HSTs very soon, then I will be showing them all on camera. But it's good to say that if I'm buying a companion doll, I'll do the same. So this is one I bought last year, late summer. I bought a castle set for £248, it was £296, I can't remember which one it was. 4301441. I don't know if it is still running on the mainline this set, but please let me know if it is running, because I have never seen this particular one run. But yeah, this is a GWR castle set. Not many are running on the mainline anymore, which is a sad thing, but they're being replaced by Class 800s and the weird ones that are coming over from Birmingham New Street down to Devon and Cornwall. It's called a Class 375 set, which the earlier version of that like the Class 350s, but they're weirder. They're kind of really odd looking. They're kind of like the trains that I remember when I was in Cambridge, but obviously back then I don't remember very much with those sets very much at all, because I mainly travelled back then on mostly HSTs actually. First Great Western sets, East Midland. I think GNR was taken over by East Midlands for a trial, so I went on one of those sets, and I went on Pendolino, so I never had the opportunity to go on the first. Never been on the Virgin HST, because there was no opportunity for me at that point. I think because they've been off the line for that use quite some time ago. But yeah, so this set, basically all you see around on the board now is basically started from this little train here. So this is the real power of starter sets. They basically get you hooked, get you into hobby, and before you know it, you start building up your baseboards, draw up plans for your dream layout, and you start plans how your village and your tire sidings for the trains, and you have like 10 workers coming in fixing the trains, and you can have actual wiring to the street lamps and light them up into your little motorway village. And a few other bits you can light up the buildings, and in some countries you can have them actually have animated hands on the model of people lifting wines and things like that. I mean, in Germany, they've got opening sliding doors on the model trains. The UK hasn't got that yet, but I'm hoping one day they will catch up with that. But right now, they haven't yet got to that point. So, how to build your model series? Well, where do you start with how to build a layout? The first thing, if you get a train set, you'll come with an instruction manual, a track map, how to stay off the real tracks, which I do highly recommend. Stay off the real tracks. Some people don't reply to that, apparently, but I certainly do. I would definitely never play on the road tracks. Definitely not. But, yeah. So, you do get a basic controller with your starter set. Get your transformer. You get your train. Get a bundle of wagons or carriages. You get a siding. And you get about third radius curves, so you get 4 of them in a set. Basically, you start probably 8 or third radius curves to start off a little layout. That's basically what you get given in the starter set. And then you got about probably 6 pieces of straight track with that one random siding, which will only use for like shunting purposes on a small layout like that. On a bigger layout like this, you can use it however you want. You can have it as a 2-line track, as for all your HSTs or other EOS type of trains like the APT, APTE. However you want them to set up, do it as to what your dream that could be like. Do it for your own benefit and take your time, draw it out on a drawing board or art pad or something, and then decide where you want to put all the track, then decide where you want to put the yard, the loco sheds, the tunnels, the river banks, and all the other bits. I was supposed to be on part 16 this year, but I paused it quite a long period of time because obviously I basically moved house. So that took priority, and then obviously with that being done, this room, my room being this room, it took a while to get my entire room painted in this colour. It took me 2 or 3 days to finish this room in this colour. I'm still not quite satisfied with the room just yet, because there's still a few touch-ups I still want to finish off with this room to make it more like me. So behind me I want to have a shelf for all my model trains, and on that wall over there will be for my TV to be mounted onto my wall. With underneath will be the PS4, the speakers, the DVD player. And obviously in the corner beside that is my lamp, but obviously along my bedside wall would be a shelf for all my other model trains, which would be, on that particular wall would be all the HST sets. On this wall will be all the steam engines, and behind here will be all probably rolling stock and freight, all the wagons which I got at the moment. Now, yes, I am going to get a bundle of HSTs. I still want to do the holiday trip to Scotland, which that's another thing I still want to do. But with the trip is on the train itself for those 2 days, going up and then coming back, It's going to cost me the best part of £800 to £900 to do it, but it will be a experience which I'll definitely never forget, and there's a very high chance of me having an opportunity like that is very rare because it is an expensive thing to do, but it means I would have a better opportunity to take as a basically giving it a try and see if I like it the first time, and it will give me a fair idea if I like the experience from it to try travelling for long distance up to right up in the high mountains of Scotland on the first class train, one of my favourite trains too, which is even better. But it's a completely luxury train, the Midland Pullman. It's really luxury. You're paying for the proper amount of money for it. You can get breakfast sorted on the train, you can get lunch sorted on the train, and your dinner sorted on the train for those 2 days. And I think you get breakfast and lunch on the train, and then you have dinner just before you put in to Exeter on the third day, rather late. I think it's 11:10 it comes in to Exeter, and then it's basically going down to Paignton, pulls up, drops the rest of the people off, and then it goes down to Lower Depot for the night, and then it comes back early the next day, and before it heads back up to Scotland. But so yeah, that's a trip I do want to do, but it is a long way, and I'm going to be around people I don't know. That's one of the main reasons why I'm in 2 months about doing that, because it's around people I really don't know. But if I knew them, then it might be a different story. But yeah, that's the main reason why I'm not in 2 months why I'm about doing it at the moment, because of that. But yeah, I definitely think it would be a good experience to remember and visit a place I haven't been to in years. I haven't been to Scotland in years. But I think it would be a good time experience to be able to take that opportunity and try it. So back to these how to build your Warrior series. As I said, once you've got a start set it up in your track map, have a well of a time with it, and it will bring you some ideas to your head, and you'll think how to draw a plan out next. How do you want to expand it? And then there's multiple options how you can expand it. It's not just with track packs between A and B and C and D and F with the track packs. You can buy another train set, more advanced one, put it onto what you have available, to put another line in, and you can have a siding or two for your extra trains to come in and out, put in either freight or passenger trains. And then you can have another loop to run around it, and then you can just basically have more fun by having an extra train and more track to run around, multiple trains around. And if you really want to, eventually when you're at that point, you can start wiring things in, and then have another track running around further in the loop on the second radius, or fourth or fifth, even flexi track going all the way around on the outside across the viaduct with hillsides and rivers to go down it. You can do whatever you want with your dream layout, or what your dream layout's going to be based off. Is it going to be based off a carriage line, main line, or is it going to be a fictitious railway when you hear in books and stories? I mean, however you want to turn your layout to be your own dream layout, go for it. Just bear in mind, these things don't happen overnight. These things don't happen just in a matter of seconds. It takes years, and it does take time, money, and you have to be patient with it because it does take a long time to put together. But as you're going along through those stages, you can just continue enjoying it through bit by bit, and go out to heritage lines, go out to main line, get some ideas, information how the track looks, how the trains look, all the signals, all the points. Just have a field day, basically. Get as many videos and photos how you want your model area to look. Almost similar to the main line or the heritage lines to be recreated on the model form. And then you start getting ideas, start drawing things out, and you're good to go. Because it's basically a lot of money, a lot of patience mostly. It takes a lot of doing. But as my layout, and some people might be new to my channel, then welcome. My layout is going to be based off all the HST's era between of August 1968 to modern day, so there will be we're going through multiple eras to get up to modern day. There's multiple times. August 1968 right up from 1970s right up to 1980s right up to the 90s right up in the year 2000s, and then right up to 2023, all went up from year 2000, jumping up all out to modern day, all with the different level of the HST. So you've got Virgin, East Coast, Grand Central, Network Rail, Virgin, First Great Western, GWR Castlesat, the Blue Pullman, recently retired Cross Country Services, HST sets, which will be on my layout as well. East Coast, got GNR already. I got oh yeah, East Midlands. I did mention Grand Central, didn't I? There's Grand Central as well. East Coast. What else that there was? There's quite a few of them. Obviously the castle. I don't know how many sets there are. I do need to get a new power car for the First Great Western set, which will have probably then with the one with the poppies on next time I get one. It's going to have the 40 years anniversary service of running 40 years, and that was the last one they did in 2019 with the main line with the trains, and then Great Western took over that, and then we got just Great Western Railways on the line now. There's still a few Great Western operating the First Great Western being used. They're not in the big quantities of like HST sets, but they're not. They need 3-car sets now. They're only like turbos or 150s sets. They're not as nice looking as a Castle set or First Great Western HST set, or the Cross Countries, or the Pullman. All those sets really are the nicest sets. And then on second place you got the Voyagers. They used to be owned by Virgin too, but they got taken by Cross Country 2016, 2015, I can't remember. But they got imported down here in that time, being used down here, going up to Edinburgh. But so yeah, there's a lot of trains now run, which not so many trains running as than they used to be, because parts of them have been on strike constantly. But I like a staff and crew. It's a big problem for for the main line because it means trains can't run freely when they want to. But yeah, as I say, my dream now will be based off the HSTs, all of them, from the different eras, and of course there is an Intercity Swallow, which I forgot to mention, so Intercity as well. So yeah, basically my layout is going to be based off all the HST eras from August 1968 up to modern day, and it's going to be based off a heritage line just for these sets, because obviously my layout is going to be all HST based, except for one train, and that one train is this, and it's only going to be used for cargo. It's not going to be used for anything else, but it will use for cargo, putting the freight, and on rare occasion it might end up putting out a special train for the new HST. It will be coming out from the siding, ready to run on my dream out. So the set can easily be used for shunting if you want to use it for that. But basically this set can be used for either. You can just take that clip out of this, basically it blocks off the coupling underneath, but you can pull this little buffer thing out and you can use both ends of it quite happily. And what's also nice about this set, you can have a switch underneath on the bottom of the train to have the switch for the lights. That's only switch off the tail lights, mind you. It doesn't switch off the cab lights or directional lights. So if I'm putting the cargo, I'll switch off the tail lights, because obviously on the real freight trains they would be putting the cargo and they usually have a flashing red tail lamp on the back of it. And so I do want to create that on my model version, and when it's not putting anything I can just switch these lights on and it can go back in its siding, really not me to do anything with it. So as for the 58, she will be probably put into the siding somewhere for the time being until I start getting shelves out. And once the shelves are up, all these trains will be up on the shelf behind me, and some will be on my bedroom bed wall. So there will be a lot of pages. There will be all the HST on my bedroom side wall. So that will be the HST shelf. This will be for the steam engines. This will probably be from the 40s era of steam, the class 25, class 58s, 47s, 57s. So they're all going to be on this particular shelf. Behind me will be the steam engines. The main wall over there is for the HSTs. And then there'll be a sort of long enough shelf with all the cargo, with the two freight trains that I'll use, which will be this one mainly. This train will be for the cargo, and this one will be used probably a lot more often for the cargo train. But this one is used only for backup uses now for cargo. So for some reason, if there's an issue with the 66, then the 58 can take over it. Otherwise this one's into getting some work done on it to make sure it's running properly. As for when talking about what needs a bit of work done to it, this training car needs that little bit of work done to it, because one of the wires on the back pony truck is literally just come off from the pickup it should be sitting on. But at the same time, these 1, 2 and 3 windows need to be put back in place. But I'm more care for the lights working properly. That's what I'm more care about. The windows can be replaced with the older units, but you just need to pop them in, put a bit of glue around the edge of the window, and just pop it back in. But as for the doors, you need to slide this unit up, push it forward slightly, be gentle putting it down as it's coming out of its casing, and then you just need to put another bit of glue along the edge of the door frame on both sides, and you just put your fingers next to it with your plastic of the window around the door, and just let it dry. And try not to get it on the spring of the door, because if you want to have a driver to come in and basically swapping ends as they're going in or out of the unit, they have a staff member at the back generally, and they have the driver at the front, because there's a buzzer you see inside the trains. They have a buzzer just slightly close to the window, I think it is, and that signal goes along the unit through the speaker system and down at the other end of the train, and that basically gives the signal to the driver, we can go. And then at that point, before they just about to leave, they need to lock doors fully fastened, locked, and obviously on my layout it's going to be up to a minute, not 40 seconds, but it'll be a minute for closing the doors. That way people can have a little bit more time to get on and off the train if they need it. So next up, we're going to be I will show you in the next part how to build your monorail series, which will be in next week's video now. But now I'm going to show you the trains moving, and then we'll have a proper chat towards the end of this video. In next, and maybe a 20-minute chat video, which will be becoming part of this video. So what will happen if a train as you can see, the Class 6 has given the train cars and the power car a push. I do that for when trains do play up, and this occasional moment, the Class 43 HST GWR class set is decided to not to compromise with the rest of the unit until we get on to those spaces. And some of you guys are bound to ask, like, how does HSTs cope with second radius points? Well, I can give you a small demonstration of what these units are like with points, but it depends if they're going to compromise my reason behind it. But let's see if it will actually work the way I want it to. Can it work? Nope. It won't give it forwards, not backwards. This HST will probably do it without any hesitation. And so this one's got lights too, so the front power car new castle set hasn't got all that. And she's not in the best shape either. The junior power car is in much better shape than this one is. Can she manage to run the train over the second raid's points? Like if she was moving, then possibly. But at the moment she's not even moving. As you can hear, she's not healthy. She's never got fixed actually. She's basically more a display that particular unit because obviously with her set. But yeah. I'm basically going to open this one again, so you should come around and just go into it. And she should run it fine. I'm hoping so. She comes. As you can see, this one came in perfectly fine. She runs rather smoothly too, so this is actually quite surprised because she's one of the older ones. She's an older model, and this is before she got retuned, I think, in model form. Her sets came out in 2006, I think, these ones. So it meant each train's got left to last to being retuned. The new model engines in them. But basically, there is a centre mounted motor in this one. Motor's here, and there's the two firewalls at each side of the livery. And they basically pick up both wheels, so you basically got a 4 plus 4, which is a 6. 2 plus 2 is, well, 4 plus 4 is 6, isn't it? Was it 8? So 8 wheels. You've basically got 1, 2, 1, 2, which is 4 wheels on each bogie. And the same for the training car too, which is basically the same, just without a motor. But yeah, this unit here of the HST Junior power car is pushing back the, well, it was pushing back the Judo Castle set. So yeah, there's plenty of things that you could do with your railway. I do apologize on my throat because I don't want to talk properly today. I don't know why, but I expect it's probably how tired I was last night. I didn't sleep properly before that for quite a while. So my body's just knackered, I think, recently. A lot of things have recently happened with, well, travelling and obviously can see people, and I mean, I do enjoy travelling on trains often. I do enjoy it, but the thing I don't like about travelling on the train is the noise of people. But it's true. I just don't like the noise of people on trains. They're really noisy on there. Seems to be alright on the way in to Luton Abbey or whatnot from Plymouth, but it seems to be on the way back from Dawlish. It seems to be so noisy in the evening. It's mental. I personally don't like that sort of thing. I don't like lots of noise. Some people might, but I'm certainly not one of those people. But obviously I need to try to overcome that to some extent. Especially if I want to become a train driver in the future, I need to learn to not let me bug me. Because being a train driver means you need to focus and not you so much interact with people so much, but you do talk to the staff and the other potential drivers that will be coming onto that train, taking over that part of the shift once you've done your half of it. It's basically what train drivers do all the time. They basically swap drivers. And obviously at the moment they're not doing overtime because they're not allowed to. And apparently if anyone does do overtime during this plan, that apparently or when they're doing overtime in general, apparently they get told off, which is utterly mental. But apparently it's supposed to be with, because the uni they're with, it means that if they do overtime, I'm guessing they get fired from the job that they do. It does seem a bit harsh, but I mean, doing overtime in situations which means that the train fanatics like me or other people who want to see the trains as often as I do, means they can't because they're on strike. I mean that for those that want to go out and see the trains on the days they're running specials on, or they just either are running there and they're alone, they haven't seen them before they go on strike, and before they go out of business. So the council sets are actually not owned by EWR, they're not. I realised quite recently, they're not owned directly by EWR, they're owned by a company called SWL, I think it was called. So they're owned by them, that company. So they own the castle sets, they just do the castle sets that you see on that line. They're owned by a company called EWL. That's the company that runs the castle sets. I don't know how long that would last with the sets that they run in that formation, and I don't know if they will come owned by the government eventually, but it seems to be those companies specifically at the moment, the ones that are running that. But yeah, this is the junior power track back, or junior power track back. Until I get the proper formation going again. And I will show you the most moving properly for a bit before I take it off again, but I'm going to try to get this one moving as well for a bit. See if we can get this one some level, some hope in this thing. So we can get the first rate left to set out and see if we can get that moving. Once we know she's moving, we can actually go get everything sorted out and she can start running again as the rest of them. Let's see how much battery I've got there, and I can give you an answer if battery is changing before I start doing the chat half of the video, which typically shouldn't be huge gaps, but I want to use them. With a half a battery, it's 3.7, is that correct? I don't think it's 3.7. It's showing me 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not correct. It's apparently 16, 17. How long have I been recording for? Apparently 3 hours, which is probably not true, but I've been filming for an hour, so So yeah, I will get onto the chat video very shortly. For those that want to hear what else I've got to say for this channel. So I'll just see what we can do to get this set moving again. I think this is moving very easily. Nope. The GNR HST power car seems to be moving though. It's not any good though, it's going to leave its train behind. So yeah, this is the set. This is the set I usually run more oftenly. And we've got a lot still to do. We've got more things to sort out. Let's go bring it back round again to connect it back up to this train, and then we're going to have to end it off with doing a half of the video. And don't worry, it's not going to be running session entirely today, but it's going to be more of that next week. And I'm going to do another high-speed test on these trains next week as well. Probably on the Thursday, I think, or probably Wednesday, I'm not sure. I have got other videos coming up with updating video to do for my companion dial channel. If you're interested and want to see that at some point, which I will be posting it at some point fairly soon, but that's why I hate just to move in real life. In real life, they can do anything from, they used to be able to do 148 miles per hour, and then they were limited to 125. Some were very dependent on where they were in the area. Some could do 148, some only do 125. Some, and down here, do between 90 and 80 miles an hour, because obviously you can corners are doing that. Obviously, because they don't have the capability of tilting, not the way the Pendolino does, but I think the carriages can be capable of doing certain levels of tilting, but not a lot. Not like the Voyagers and the Pendolinos, but I'm sure that they can be capable of doing a tiny bit of going around a certain radius, but the position is just hang up on the line. As usual, looking nice and smart, but yeah, I'm still looking to get a new power car with the castle set, with the proper, all the directional lights, tail lights, all the cab lights as well. But yeah, there's going to be a whole bundle of stuff, and obviously, if I can get in contact with my Model Hour group, I will be going this upcoming month. So I'm going to switch the camera around. I'm going to have a chat with you guys now about some possible changes with going somewhere different for next week with the trains. Won't be churro, but I'll talk about that once when I'm sitting on my bed and you can hear me properly. Right, let's get the batteries up. And I'll grab my drink. Right, I'm going to have to do a jump cut, guys, because the battery's gone red. As far as the doors are opening and closing, and you can have people walking onto the model trains and they sit down and then they're reading the book and then they're lifting the drink, drinking the drink. Quite fascinating how far Germany model stuff has come so much further than British stuff has. It really is remarkable how far they came along. Well, I've got things to do. I don't want to bore you guys, but I have got some things to do soon. So I want to finish this off at 5 o'clock, go and have some dinner, get this edited, and hopefully try to get this uploaded today. So it saves me a job tomorrow to post out tomorrow when I'm chilling out. I'm hoping trying to get some housework done today if I got the time. I'm really hoping, because it does need doing. And of course, let's run on the stuff I need to do for next week. We've got a sofa coming now, which is going to arrive on Wednesday. So on Monday I'm going to be quite busy doing videos, getting housework done for Wednesday for the sofa turning up at the door. And there's going to be a really interesting idea with not just my room, but and considering what I might consider doing with my bedroom with all these pictures, which I'm not entirely sure they're going to stay like this, but and those ones over there, but I'm not totally sure. But these ones over here was stairs the same, but these ones behind me, I mean, I did put these pictures up. These came from one of my really old dog calendars I had years ago. I put these up recently with some blue tack, because you might not know, my favourite dog is Spaniels, but I do like dogs in general. They're my favourite animal. I'm not really a cat person, but as you can see, there's mostly trains here. Quite a couple of dog pictures, got from adults to puppy level. So, and of course underneath you've got all the old British Rail Intercity Swire sets of trains, and you've got a international. I don't know. That's a Dash 8. I think that's it's one of those other American diesel trains that I have. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got a code of 117. I'm not totally sure what type of train that is. Apparently, it's got a cable of 2,700 728 horsepower engines in them. It's one of those weird trains, isn't it? It basically goes one end of the county of America and then goes down into other areas. And it apparently takes more than about 42 hours or something on the train, so you can stay overnight on the train. They have a bed, they have a shower, and they have, dining facilities. You basically eat. You can spend 48 hours on the train, and I think it does about 52,000 miles or something along the stretch of track. And apparently the whole trip takes about 5 hours or something. Or some of them do, but this other one, which I saw on YouTube recently, does a long distance. It goes a long way. They basically stop at every single stop, and it takes more than 4 days to stop every station, spends the night there, and then carries on to its final destination. That sounds quite an interesting idea, to doing something like that, but that comes at a price too. So yeah, I do get interested in the idea of doing train trips like that, but it's the expense of it puts me off. But the rest of it, I'm quite happy to do, but it's because of the price of it. And hopefully one day I will hopefully have the confidence and hopefully have the opportunities to do all that. But right now I can't, because obviously I've got too many other things on my plate I want to get done first. But I want to study for other reasons, and obviously there's so much other things that I want to put into my life, and there's other things I want to take out of my life, all in the same time. So the one thing I can say about the future, I can say I definitely won't be posting as often on YouTube for my channels, even for my one I post so regularly on at the moment, my train one. In the future, you probably won't see me use that one as much because I'm busy doing other things in my life. But I'll still post on my days off when I can. I'll still probably go out to see the trains while I'm waving. One of my train drivers are doing that day while I'm having the day off. But that's only one of my days off. I'll probably go out and do some filming, and the other day off I'll probably just chill out and splat and watch some films and stuff. But obviously that's a long way down the line. Right now I've got a lot of studying to do before that happens. But yeah, I haven't had any other issues with family issues, which is very good. Haven't had any other issues with her, which is even good. And I haven't had any issues with my dad either, so even better. So yeah, I had an interesting year last year with everything. This year, and the thing I remember this time last year, I only just got out of hospital this time last year, and yeah, just the day before I got released was yesterday. I got out this time last year in the morning, and I spent a bit at Casey's, but yeah, last year wasn't great for me. I don't think it was great for everyone. For anyone really. 2022 was kind of an enough year for all of us. But yeah, a lot of crap happened last year for all of us lot, with family issues and other reasons. But this year seemed to be a much better year with everything. I'm able to see the trains a lot more this year, and I'm very grateful I saw many different liveries of the HST this year, which in past years, well, the year before last year, I just didn't have much opportunity to do that. I didn't even think about going and seeing all the cross-country HSTs, and I didn't even know that being taken off the line this year, which is just boggles the mind really, because it's only done 41 years of service of running on the main line, and they already ripped them all off because they've been replaced by these really bizarre sets coming in down from Birmingham New Street, and they're getting replaced by these sets, which the class they're coming in are called the Class 375 sets, and they're like the Javelins with their motors and the artillery systems, but that's about it. That's basically they're hybridized, but the fronts are very different. That's for sure. They don't look like the Javelins tours. I think those trains are coming in as next. They're going to look much nicer than Javelins, but they're still not going to look as great as the Castles and the cross country HT sets or the Voyagers. Those sets there, between the Castles, cross country HTs, and the Voyagers, are the most probably the smaller looking trains, to be honest. 150s and 158s just don't interest me. Turbos occasionally with their new colours with the purple, but otherwise they're just going around with all the same colours, which is kind of boring. There's one thing I liked about the Castles, because they do change the colours. I sadly didn't able to see the opportunity with some of them, because obviously it was before I started seeing them on the main line, which is a sad thing, because the first Great Western Sale was running on the main line was 2019 when they went up to London. I didn't have the opportunity to see that one. Same with Virgin, East Coast, and Grand Central. Well, East Coast and GNR sets was taken out of fashion in 2008. I did see them with my own eyes, but I never filmed it because of that time of my life. I was still quite young, so I didn't think about filming. I was that young, but now I've been filming for the last 8 years of my life, and yeah, there's a lot I missed because obviously it was all good, different timing. But if you want to see some of the older HSC sets, you can just watch them on YouTube. There's a lot of them on there. So, obviously, for people who want to come in enjoyment of coming into the hobby, enjoy it. The only thing I would get to bear in mind, it is an expensive hobby, and yes, you enjoy it, but it comes to a very steep price for that. Enjoying the hobby, it comes quite a lot of money involved. I mean, not just for the track, but for the trains, the wagons, the carriages, the wiring up to your track from the controllers or from your computer to the track. DCC in your trains from analog to DCC with DC sound. There's the steam generated you can put in your models now, which costs you a bit of money. There's so much you can put to your models now, which is really quite fascinating actually. But again, comes with a lot of money. So, so it does basically you're looking into about, just for that, you're looking about between 5,000 and 6,000 just for all that. Obviously not in one go, but in spaced out, it basically adds up to that point of that amount. But yeah, so when I build my Dream now, it's going to start with cork and then ballast, of course, and then once I've done the cork and ballast, then I will get someone to come in to help me to wire up hardwired to my track to the controller. I'm not sure I'll do it directly from the controller or I'll DC sound fit it and then use whatever computer I have from next year onwards. I'm not so sure I'll keep this computer used for all the things I use it for at the moment. This is basically my newest computer at the moment, but my new one I'm looking at getting, which does cost a lot more than this one did, seemed to be a far more, probably a better option for me for when I'm editing, when I'm uploading, and when I film as well. It's got far more space on it too, for storage space. But trouble is that computer it costs between £700 and £800. But you've got 2 terabyte storage, you've got more than 2,500 storage space on it. You've got more than 2 terabytes on the gigabyte of RAM. You've got a whole bundle of stuff you put onto this new one I'm looking at getting, but it does cost a fortune. But it means if my videos come more efficient and with better camera equipment, because this camera's pretty good most of the time, it does have its blurry points with when I'm filming at home with the model hours or when I'm using my TV for doing video gameplay, or even when I do a chat video from time to time on my other channels. It's just not as good for that sort of thing. It's more good for when I'm out and about, but it's not so great for things like this. But so what I might end up doing in the future with keeping this camera, if it keeps me going much longer than my previous one did, I might just use this camera for when I'm out and then use my new one when I'm at home. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just really tired today. I really am. I want to get some housework done, but my brain's like thinking about sleeping. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover for a short time. What else do I need to mention? Oh yeah, just a quick note, I'm going to be taking a break very soon. I'm looking to take a break just after my big expense I'm going to do on myself with my savings. And then once I've done that, I think I'm going to have a break after that. I've done that video with what I bought and then review it. And then what I'll do after I upload it onto YouTube, I will basically take a break at that point, because I think at this point I'm feeling that I'm being used to have a break. My body's just gone into meltdown mode. But I'm going to have a break soon. So after I've done my big unboxing with 3 trains or holiday or with a companion dog, all those potential options that I'm probably spending money on, one of those 3 options it could come out to. And I think the most two likely options at this moment in time could be 3 model HSTs in double O, or a companion, I guess, or could it be a holiday? This is the thing. This is why I give myself 3 options what I could use it for: holiday, buying 3 model HSTs, full one out, or buy myself a companion. So what's my option? What's my choice going to be with it? Do I go with option number 1, option number 2, option number 3? Not sure. I'm sure I'll make my decisions soon. It's good I haven't done it yet. I'm just not sure at this moment. I really do want to get the new castle set, and I do want to get a new First Great Western one, and I really would like to get a in cross country, but also really like to get the Intercity, Intercity Swire, the Blue Pullman set. I really do want to get those sets. But I also really want to do a couple of days away on the first class HST Blue Pullman up to Scotland, and then come back on the third day rather late on the train, and then I have to get another train down to from Exeter down to Plymouth, which we're going to be a late night. But probably on that occasion, I'll probably be sleeping at my sister's place. So I'll probably have to get on the Edinburgh train down to Plymouth, and then spend the night with my sisters, and then come back home on the fourth day from that, and then upload all this for you, which probably take me several days to put this all video together, because it won't be just all on the train, it would be also being around where I go. So, and then I've got to charge up the batteries for the second day. I'll go back on the train, and then just keep filming on part of the journeys on the train all the way through. And then on the third day, from that final place that I go on the second day, goes down through part of the Brecon Beacons through Wales, and then comes back through Devon rather late in the evening. I think it's about 11:30 at night. So yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting journey, but I'm going to be knackered by the end of it. But I think it'd be worthwhile to give it a try at least once, but it's because having the money is fair for that sort of journey, and me to do it alone. I suppose I will make some new friends if I do travel, something like that, but and people I never met before. But don't expect me to film as much on the third day, but for the first 2 days I'll probably film quite a fair bit of it, but on the third day I'll probably just enjoy my journey back on that luxury train. Just before I go on the train back to back to Plymouth. So yeah, that's going to be an utter nuisance, so to speak. But I think it'd be worthwhile. But yeah, a lot of money. So why do I travel so much on railways? Well, because I have a rail card, and it makes things much cheaper to afford to travel on the rails, because it saves you about half the price that you usually pay for the trains. But without a rail card, you're basically only paying for the maximum amount you would pay for going on your journey. So yeah, it's kind of catch-22 when you're travelling on the train. But being it's nearly 5 o'clock, I gotta say, I hope you have a great evening, and I will catch you guys again on Monday. And then after that, after next week's lot, then hopefully I might spend some 3 pairs of item or 1 big one, or it'll be booked on the choice of a luxury train for a couple of days. But yeah, I'll let you know when it comes or what I buy. Obviously you'll see it up on my videos. But I hope you enjoy your rest of your Saturday. I'll see you guys on Monday for another video. And then after that week, and spent a fortune. Then I'll have a break after that point, and then that'd probably be about probably for a week and a half to 2 weeks, having a break, and then come back, and then do an autumn, and then December 24th. I'm thinking I might do a small video at Dawlish or Dawlish Rowan for December, for the final year in 2023, to go down there, or to down to I can't remember the name of the place. It's near, well, it's further up the line from Dawlish. I haven't done Marsh Barton, I haven't done Starcross either. So there's multiple stations that I still haven't done. And there's Ivy Bridge, which I still haven't done. So I'm thinking to get one to Ivy Bridge. I think at some point during the spring next year, I'm going to have to try to go to Ivy Bridge and catch some trains from that angle, especially when the new trains coming in. We've got some Class 375 sets coming in, but they are going to be, I think they're going to be more interesting to the train fanatics than the Javelins. I think because the way they look, they're much nicer trains in the way they are. Just a little bit more different to the Javelins. The Javelins just like a big long sausage nose when it sticks out, and you've got the wrapper at the front of the train. It's like it's gonna go ping, and it's like that salami cheese thing you get in a sausage shape, and it's just got a little bow on the end of it. That's what the Javelin reminds me of. It's basically a sausage inside a wrapper. Yeah. Anyway, I need to get going. It's about to turn to 5 o'clock in the evening. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, you can follow me on my channel for more updated videos. And I will see you guys again very soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys very soon. Have a great day, and peace out.
I'm not doing anything at the moment.
I saw one of those on the way back yesterday.
150 or 158?
166.
Oh. I can't see it. Yeah.
My hands are ring.
Everybody look at you. That's Can you see all the steam? Jamie, you're going to do choo-choo?
Jay's going to start, he's probably going to change.
No, he's separated.
Yeah, he's separated, he's going on the other side and
Yeah, but how does he then get round to the turntable?
goes round on this one.
Because the turning point's behind. No, isn't it? There's a turning loop at the top there, isn't there?
The only time the police get involved is when the big
You can
events
see the
like that.
police are over there now. They knew that people would run onto the track in the usual fashion. He goes.
That's a javelin. Yeah, because the new key line's on the cargo and that's the steam tester going to where the cargo usually sits.
He can't go onto that line until the Scotsman goes through, can he?
We can't move until the new key line comes further
There
forward.
he goes. I got him.
Oh, look at the steam!
I can still see them. They're going around the valley.
But you'll be able to watch where the steam goes when he comes back. He's got to go round onto the turntable.
Yeah, but you know the silence behind us from the football.
There's a turntable around the back there.
There is on that one too, and Ross Trivial too.
And then he'll come round and he'll back onto him at the front here. So that'd be good to catch. So then we have to go. It's simple as they knew it wasn't far around. It's still coming. He's got feelings. I can't see him yet.
I can see them.
I can't see him.
I forgot that.
Smoke is stopped.
Yeah,
Where is he?
I've lost the
Because he's going to want him out of the way, so he's over here. And then everything can go back to running as normal until he moves, so he's over there now.
Wow, I hear like
Even that's the turntable, it's over there.
I'm quite sure how it
I
works.
heard one over
Definitely
there.
looks like he might be coming. He's getting closer. Don't you want to do it
Oh
really
yeah, I
slowly?
see it.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lost him again.
These are the things poking
I
up
can see the
between
things
trees.
behind the trees now.
What should come down through the second track? What those points? Come under the bridge.
Here we come.
Back around.
I think.
We wait for that.
Yeah.
Grumpy, she switched tracks. Okay. He's over there now.
He's definitely on the move, look. Slowly but surely.
Oh, you can see her, she's looking on.
He's moving slowly.
See a steam?
He's not going to be fishing at Harris's back, is he? He doesn't want to be at the front. Come on. Gotta get going, hurry up. You should appear in a minute.
Dad, well, how the turntables?
I'm impressed by how stable the drone is.
Probably you've got a good pilot behind him.
This is a pretty good place.
Yeah, they've got stabilisers and things on it.
It's a pretty good place to watch. You are quite
Yeah, the police officers around.
Yeah, they're making sure people stay behind the yellow line for safety.
How do you get off? When you get off that platform, the one on the middle, how do you get off it? Bridge. Oh, bridge. Wouldn't that be the best place to? You can't get on it. Platform's closed. The middle one. The platform. Why people on the platform? Because they've got a ticket. I see.
No, the whistle there.
Yeah, steam's still over there, though.
Which means he's ready for you to turn around and coming back.
You didn't know they got turn it, it's a bit manual. It will take a while. How what do they do on the manual?
You might also be taking the water here, which is
Wouldn't that
be down there taking the water as
wouldn't
well.
that be very heavy?
I don't know whether he'd have to do that here or whether he'd do that back at Plymouth again.
Or
I was
extra.
gonna say, wouldn't it be very heavy?
No, he'd have to do it at
12
Plymouth again like he did before.
ton
It's
train.
quite a long route through. So either that or he gets shunted back with a diesel. Which wouldn't look quite so good for the flying Scotsman, would it though? The shunted Scotsman.
No, but it would be a thing.
In the video. At least here no one pushing towards the seawall either.
You might see the crab on the Flying Scotsman too. Cullen Castle at the front.
Compton Castle.
And I saw a car 2 weeks ago.
Don't you had your phone the wrong way up? think
Yeah,
it might be.
the London Paddington one.
Don't know.
It's got a phone on it. I know that one. One on that one, I think.
Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah,
It might be.
the London Paddington one.
Don't know.
It's got a phone on it. I know that one. One on that one, I think.
Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, you already did
Barreling
that.
to see the cats and barreling off to Nuki.
Look at all the people on the look at all the people on the platform. Probably come up. She'll
It's right over there now.
Yeah, I told you he has to do his, because it took him a while to go round, he's now got to come back and then come round. So he's, all that stuff that he had to do to go over there, he's now got to do coming back.
Assuming he has to wait till the Newquay line train's going.
No, Nuki knows ways, so he's just staying there. He probably has to stay out of the way until he's all done. It's quite possible he has to wait here for like an hour anyway. Before he goes back up to Sunday, there'll be less trains running, and it's possible that he dropped off his passengers and he went over there already and he knew that was coming. So still facing the other way, isn't it? Still got the red lights this
Yeah, you
way.
just switched them over recently.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That road is still up
So
there.
you're all the way back there now, look.
Yeah.
Right over the chimney.
Hello, there's steam. Look, steam over there.
So he's done his turnaround, he's got to get back
So
onto the
she's
right
gone from
track,
there.
get
over
away
there.
from the turning, and then have the tracks changed again, so he can come back round.
What?
And that's what he came right over here, didn't he, briefly?
So she's.
So he's probably going to go back over there, isn't he? So it's completely off
Well,
of
well, well, how the turntable.
the singles.
Dad, well, how the turntable.
I'm impressed by how stable the drone is.
Probably he's got a good pilot behind him.
This is a pretty good place.
Yeah, they've got stabilisers and things, haven't they?
It's a pretty good place to watch.
Thank you.